Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Reddit Monday. This episode of Reddit Monday takes us over to r/PettyRevenge, a subreddit which I have covered before, but I just love all of these stories about small victories over people who have wronged them. If you have a subreddit you want me to check out, let me know in the comments down below. As always, here is some gameplay to accompany my voice. This week the game is still Yakuza Like a Dragon. If you enjoy the game, let me know in the comments as well, and I can upload my playthrough on my channel here. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into Reddit Monday. The first story in today's episode comes from user PJ Sherry. It is titled, "I'm sorry, you are right, I am wrong, let me fix this." This story happened this morning. First off, I started off in the wrong. I got into the 15 items or less line and hadn't counted the number of items my adult daughter had added to my cart. This included items added at the cash register. In total, 19 items. There was no one behind me as the cashier was starting. At this time, a lady walks up behind me and starts complaining loudly to her companion about people in the line with a million items. I immediately turned around and said, "That's me!" I put a divider behind my items and moved the items my daughter added to my basket behind it. I then told my daughter that since we had too many items, she would have to do her own transaction. Meanwhile, I am having a pleasant conversation with the cashier, which only irritated the lady behind me more. My items were rung up and I paid for them with my credit card. The cashier then rang up my daughter's items, placing them into my bags. I told the clerk I would purchase those items for my daughter and then produced the same credit card and paid for her items. I thanked the cashier and left. Meanwhile, the lady behind me was sputtering. Such a simple revenge. One that I find quite funny. Being a few items over, to me, isn't that big of a deal, especially when there's no one behind you. But the way that this user handled it just makes me giggle. The second story in today's Reddit Monday comes from user Ara Sales. The story is titled, "Shower Thief Gets a Shampoo Upgrade." Back in high school, I was in a lot of sports and worked out quite a bit at home. After working on my competition dance and cheer routines, I would follow up with a normal workout routine. Post-workout, I would immediately hop in the shower, as one does. Before I go on, it's important to note that my older sister and I always fought. She has always been very self-centered, petty, and physically much stronger than me. She always used her size to overpower me and get her way. One particular day after working out, I remember wanting nothing more than to take a nice long shower. I started the shower and left the bathroom to go get my portable speaker. When I came back, I found my sister about to close the bathroom door. I tried to force my way back into the bathroom while saying, "Dude, what are you doing? I need to take a shower. I just worked out and you've had all day to get in." She replied something like, "Too bad, shouldn't have left," and forced the door closed. She ended up taking a really long shower and used up all of the hot water. This left me fuming and with nothing but time to plot against her. When I finally got into the shower, I peed. I peed in her shampoo bottle. Every time she showered, she smelled faintly of urine, and whenever I saw her with wet hair, I smiled. Well, while I would never advise anyone to pee in someone else's shampoo or body wash, I can't help but giggle at this story and how truly petty it is. Let's move on to the final story. The final story today comes from user CollegeKit13, titled, "My roommate wants me to keep my part of the dorm clean, so I did." I think I can already tell where this one's going. My roommate and I have butted heads since we got paired together our first year of college. It's been 3 years, and she finally moved off campus, and I got my petty revenge. To justify what drove me to take extreme measures, let me give you several examples of what I went through with her. When she initially moved in, she very persistently made me help her clean our room top to bottom, scrubbing floors and even walls for 4 hours straight. This was when it was 100 degrees Fahrenheit outside, but I wanted to be nice, so I sweat my butt off. She wanted us to clean 3 times a week for about 2 hours each time, which was something I only did the first month before I confronted her and told her while I will keep clean, I cannot keep her schedule. I leave on the weekends to stay with my boyfriend, and mysteriously, my food from the fridge or my snacks would be all over the floor, or left out to rot when I returned. The first few times I pegged it on getting drunk and eating in the middle of the night, and I was even stupid enough to apologize. She taped a border across the floor and would clean exactly at the border. She would then throw trash on my side. I asked her multiple times to stop, and even pointed out that the tape border was childish, but she kept shrugging and telling me, "It's your side. Sorry, doesn't matter if it's outlined or not. Your responsibility." One weekend, one of her friends came to sleep in our room, and was in my bed. I told her dorm policy is that she needs my written consent for someone to stay over in our room, and I'd appreciate at least to be informed next time. I demanded that she do my laundry, and she refused, saying it was not her job. I even found her boyfriend's boxers under my bed one weekend after coming home. One Friday, she was complaining about how she had no plans and asked me if I wanted to do something. I told her I have plans with friends, but we are a small group and she is welcome to join. She called my friends lame and declined. When I was coming home later, I heard her telling her boyfriend on the phone how I was a despicable human being for leaving her all by herself with nothing to do. All of those aside, the straw that broke the camel's back was when her mom came over to talk to me about staying the weekends and socializing more with her daughter, as I was one of the few people that spoke to her in university. Why? Because her little girl was misunderstood and special. This was a 2-hour conversation where I was personally attacked for using my dorm to sleep and to sleep only. I had enough of her and got some sulfur. I waited for her to go somewhere on the weekend and sprinkled it on her mattress. Then I proceeded to stay at my boyfriend's as she went nuts trying to find the source of rotten egg smell. She called me several times and cried, asking me to come back to help her clean. My response was that since it's her side of the bedroom, my hands were tied. Now that petty revenge, I'd say, is pretty close to the pro-revenge threshold. Because if you haven't smelt rotten eggs before, that is one nasty smell. Anyways guys, that is all of the stories I have for you this week. Again, if there are any subreddits you would like me to visit, let me know in the comments down below. But I just want to thank everyone here for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. But yeah guys, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!